consuming fire. I want to talk about giving away a few material things to gain everything. Okay, I'm so happy that the Messiah, that my higher power, whatever you may call it when you refer to spirituality, that is something greater than you, that is for positive, the community, for helping people, helping children, helping the elderly, helping the person that's down. That's who I put my faith in. And I'm so glad that I was granted peace after many years of dealing with lies, deception, misunderstandings, and even self blame. You know, um, I still have issues with chemical imbalance and consuming, um, different types of substances according to my work days. 'Cause I work 3 or 4 jobs, and something that you might find in the store that says it's gonna keep you up all night. Your body may not agree with it. Your body might not, want to stay up all night. You know, it's just like with a plant. If you alter that plant light schedule or artificial light, you'll see a big change in that plant. So when you alter your body with artificial chemicals and things of that nature, then it's definitely going to see a big change. And sometimes our chemical dependency comes from codependency. Okay, so I was upstairs in the Word. I actually was in the Quran, the Book of Mormon, and the Bible. Okay, because I'm not a discriminative person. I'm not a racist person. And even the homeless person or the person that's been to prison, you can learn something from almost everybody, and you can learn a lot from different walks of life. They may do math in another country different than we do in this country. Okay, as I'm reading these books, even before we got to these books, yesterday I was doing some studying and I found some things that were untrue, unfounded, or facts that were unfactual. And I'm talking about like when you're dealing with math, social studies, anything that you can prove it, or really I say math because we talking about something that's gonna have one correct answer. Say yes or no, or the truth, right? Not nothing that can be how to say it, we deal with facts. Some people say factology. Some people say right knowledge. Some people say right and exact. We don't deal with hypotheses. We don't deal with feelings and emotions when we looking for the truth. Like feelings and emotions in a math test, are they not gonna get you nowhere. Like, well, 1 plus 1, I feel like that's 8. No, So going from yesterday into today, carrying some of the baggage, I prayed about it, and it had been really relieved and removed from me probably about a week or two ago, because every year for 17 years I've been going to 16th Street Baptist Church on September the 15th to celebrate Addie Mae Collins, Carol Robertson, Cynthia Wesley, and Denise McNair, and there were many others whose lives were sacrificed. These are Christ-like individuals. We're not talking about in their behaviors, because you have to remember that they tried to kill the baby Christ as a baby. The wise men were sent to seek out his location, and they had a hit on him because of his background and because of his family's belief systems. All Hebrew babies had a hit on them 2 years back to birth. The male child. Okay, so if you're wondering what's going on now, why some of the males, for one, females, why y'all having a hard time getting men to sit still with you. We have always been on the run for a long time from this death decree. Okay, and I hope I didn't say black males, because I mean a lot of men in general. Okay, we're given different cards. We are made up different, and we're expected different things are expected out of us. So even when it comes to like laying down or something, you know what I'm saying, you might get the lay down part, but might not get the cuddle part. Okay, and I relate that to how people say workers are not supposed to be dating in their work environment. Family members are not supposed to be working together in their work environment. Like, they literally let you have your own business. The system is not set up to be family orientated or love orientated, and a lot of men realize this. So in dealing with some of the stuff that I have dealt with, like I say, it was freed from me on September the 15th. Because I missed going to the church for the very first time in 17 years. Dealing with some of the distractions from the quote unquote Kirk unaliving situation. And of course, distractions in my very own house. And I thank my higher power for keeping me strong and for keeping me alive and aware of the things that have been the attacks, spiritual attacks that have been going on towards me since I began ministry. Even when I was a rapper, if you go back and listen to a lot of my songs, I was ministering. I was fired up though, and sometimes I would have people fired up who didn't need the fire at the time. They may have needed water or air, right? So I was upstairs reading these books and dealing with truth, with my I had to use a word like domestic partner. Dealing with truth, my domestic partner. I don't get it much at all. And there's a person that asked me to be in a relationship when I said I didn't want to be in one. I just had children. I've been in an 8-year relationship that I really hate that it didn't last, and I wasn't trying to redo nothing like that. So, I've seen finances grow, but I haven't seen spiritual growth, and I find myself calling myself being stuck in a situation because of my financial attachments to the situation. So I asked God to help me to understand how to travel in these times, knowing that I don't really value money, and knowing that the way I said, if you don't have no job and you're on drugs, they will put you in a house, give you a house, and get you a job. But you can have 3 jobs and be missing your insurance money or something that's not really any programs for that. You know what I'm saying? So when you're doing bad, oh, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. But when you busting your tail, a lot of times people not gonna give you nothing. Same way, a person asks you for $40 to start up a business or something, you might be like, I don't know, what if it don't work? But if a person come up to you with crust all on their mouth and boogers in their eyes and they looking raggedy and they like I'm homeless, you might give them 50 because they doing bad. You understand me? A person might ask you for $600 to get a car, and you might say, nah, we ain't got that. Where I'm gonna get that kind of money from? But that same person go to jail and looking bad, you might put your house up or raise 10,000, maybe raise 1,000 or sign off with a bondsman for 10,000 because they looking bad. So it's like I say, when you're doing good, a lot of times get that clap, that round of applause, that pat on the back. And when you're doing bad, people show come lay their hands on you, put their hands on your back, or bless you with that money, right? So I said, Messiah, Yeshua, God, Jesus, how do I move? Knowing I have all these financial ties, knowing that I don't really have a lot of stuff in my name, knowing that I haven't seen income taxes in 15 years, knowing I didn't get nothing during the pandemic, and just knowing that I don't have a big cushion to start off with. And it was revealed to me. Free is free is free. When I'm talking about money, free is free is free. And he says, he, she, because the one who I believe in is both masculine and feminine, all things, the grass, the air, the trees, right? So my higher power said, free is free is free. Do you want to be dead or locked up? You can die with money, you can get locked up and have plenty of money, or do you want to be free? Because something that's not good is going to happen to you if you don't get back in your ministry, or if you allow others to pull you back into your old ways when you were young. They want a bad boy, like I said about the money, and when you're doing bad, they want a bad girl. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the good person, right? They want the bad one. Even when a person marries you, they say, I never leave you, I love you for the rest of your life. They will leave you a lot of times. You make them miss 3 car notes. Or if it's a guy, make him miss a couple of house notes, you know what I'm saying? Or just cheat on you. A lot of people that say that they'll never leave you, they will leave you for a physical act that have nothing to do with threatening your life or putting your life in danger. But they will leave you for a lie, because some people can't forgive dishonesty, because that's something that goes against the kingdom. No matter what you do, you ought to be able to say, I done it, this is why I done it, even if I was in a low point. even if I was off if I wasn't in a true vibration, if I was, inebriated, you should be able to say why. It's not the who, it's not the what, it's not the when, it's not the how, it's why did you do it. I don't care who you was with. I don't care how you got there. I don't care what time it was or when it happened. I don't care necessarily what y'all did. Why? Why did you do it? Why did you miss your responsibilities? Why are you off the track? Why are you not on track? You know what I'm saying? You don't have enough to not be focused. Okay, you depending on me and leaning on me so much and complaining so much. Why? Right? Like, why like Yahweh or like Yahshua, right? So, you know, I was able to make this video, and I hadn't made one in a long time. Because for the first time, as I was being ignored when I brought up something that was pertaining to some of the dishonesty and some of the stuff, because the scripture took me there. The first scripture in the Quran took me first there, took me straight there. And I was told that to recognize a demon, call them by their whole name, or read the scriptures around them. Do something spiritually related, spiritual around them. So when I asked a question about something, they just totally ignored me, like they couldn't hear me. I said, now, if I disrespect, I said, should I disrespect you? They said, nah, we should respect each other. I said, why are you sitting there acting like you were sleeping just awake talking to me a second ago? And as soon as I bring up something about things that you've done, I didn't even use you, I used me as an example. But you knew the thing that I was asking, would I do it? That I hadn't done it and wouldn't do it, but you've done it to me and it was wrong. And just that fast, I said, you know what? I closed the books. I said, I'm not going to try to read this with you. You don't even want this. A lot of times I don't even try to bring my spirituality around different people, because when you're out in the world, it's not that you have to do as the world do, but you have to be prepared for the things that the world have to offer. You have to be prepared for the things that the world might try to put on you, lay on you, you see, hit you with, you see. So I put up the books and I said, hey, look, I can't even be spiritual around you. It's hard to think around you and be like, intelligent or you, sir, some stuff, everybody not on them same levels, even in Exodus, I think, I was taught that when Moses was called to the top of the mountain, it was levels. Some was at the plateau of the mountain, some was at the very bottom of the mountain, or the middle of the mountain, The children couldn't go all the way up. Moses was the only one. He came back face shining, you know what I'm saying? And it's a vision that everybody's not getting. So I don't try to put my understanding on everybody. I just try to help some people to understand when things are happening. Sometimes they're not just in the physical, but they're in the supernatural. So again, demons, just like a chameleon can change its color, spirits can hop in and out of people, even if it's in a bottle, to steal spirits, right? So know when you're dealing with these spirits to approach with caution. They may be in your house. Something may pop off at your job. Something may pop off at the gas station, right? And if anything is pulling you away from your greater you, the elder, the wise one, and taking you back into the foolishness of your youth, anyone or anything, find a way to cut it. Pray on it, seek answer, and find a way to cut it, okay? So I will be giving away much stuff as possible to make my travels light. You see, I'm going to give away a few material things so I can gain everything. See, because if I lost my life or my freedom, my ability to see my children, that would be like losing everything. This material stuff have no merit or no matter on the greater things, on the fact that I woke up today. So this is not a complaint. This is an enjoyment. This is me. I'm smiling if you only could see it, but I'm really happy that I was non-reactive to the spirit. The spirit that didn't want to be truthful. The spirit that wants to do things to me. But then when I confront the spirit, I say, hey, I wasn't raised like that. I ain't never been like that. You can miss me with that. Because I don't even, it's something in me. Just like I said, God is, and I all think God is something in me. And what's in me would not appreciate how you trying to do me. So if we're not going to be truthful, there's no reason for me to sit here and read the truth. You see? If you don't want to, discuss spirituality, finance, education, there's no reason for me to try to be financial with you or speak education or spirituality with you. Okay, and this can be any kind of relationship, platonic, it don't matter. It does not have to be male, female. It dang sure don't have to be a lover. Like I say, you could be at the gas station. And this happened to me recently. You be at the gas station, different people in there going on it amongst themselves. So the cashier might have just dealt with somebody crazy and turn around and have an attitude with you, not even looking at you or realizing it's you. But somebody came in angry and put a spirit in them, and that spirit tried to hop out of them into you. So be prepared. Do whatever's necessary. I used to wear rings and bracelets and hats and shirts and whatever I could with something on it to remind me of what was in me. I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. I thank y'all that been praying for me and hoping for me to get back into my ministry. My one ministry, male and female. Like I said, my God is not Adam and Steve, okay? No disrespect to no one. If you didn't have water, you wouldn't understand the importance of the warmthness of the sun. If you didn't have ice, all these things work together. So when I'm dealing with my people, I try not to be so quick to judge. It's just that when they contaminated with these different spirits, and very much so when you can't tell them about themselves or truth, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're relating or putting yourself in a situation, that spirit may have been in them for a long time, and it's not your job to try to heal them, remove the spirit, or to make them see what you see because there's different levels. Okay, be willing to let things go. That includes people. Because some people don't see themselves as a god or a goddess or a child of God like you may. Okay, so be willing to let go of these things and always approach with caution. Love y'all.